Okay, here's a really good question for those who are interested in certification. I am trained in several healing modalities. If I get certified as a gemstone therapy practitioner, will I be able to incorporate gemstone therapy with other energy work? And my answer is absolutely yes. Gemstone therapy can be incorporated, I think, into any modality. There's a way. You give me a modality, I can show you how you can incorporate gemstone therapy for the benefit of your clients or patients. Whether you're taking the whole basic gemstone therapy protocol and applying your other work into the framework of the basic gemstone therapy protocol, or taking pieces of it and applying it into your chiropractic, your psychotherapy, acupuncture, or whatever it is that you do. However, when you are learning, it's really important. It's important for me, it's important for you, it's important for your clients, it's important for the modality as a whole, as a very baby modality right now, in order for it to get a good foothold. It's really important for students to learn pure gemstone therapy, just pure. And I really have to applaud one of the students who came to a recent training. She's studying to be an acupuncturist, and she said to me, I know a lot of what you're doing and I can see immediately how I can incorporate this into acupuncture, but I want to respect the gemstone therapy, and I want to let you know that I'm going to put aside all of my training just to learn your methods. She got it. She got what I'm trying to say. You have to learn the method before you can then incorporate it with something else. Here's some analogies. If you want to be a piano player, you have to learn the notes, you have to learn the scales, you have to learn the different keys before you can improvise and do beautiful improvisational music. You have to learn the basics. In order to do acupuncture, you have to learn how to needle, and you have to learn all the points and what they're for and how they affect the body. It's the basics. Once you learn these basics, then you can use your intuition and apply the needles just like you would improvise in a piano. In gemstone therapy, you have to learn the gemstones, you have to learn the movements, and you have to learn just some of the basics before you can start improvising and using your intuition as to how all these pieces come together. The basic gemstone therapy protocol provides a very elegant and purposeful and meaningful beginning, middle, and end for a treatment session. One that has a graceful beginning that rises to a crescendo where the greatest amount of work and shifts start happening, and then a very graceful movement toward integration, and then a formal integration at the end. So I love the framework. Learn the framework. Work with that framework. Get it, learn it by heart. Learn it by heart so that as you become a practitioner, when you become certified, then you'll be able to mix and match more intelligently. Here's another example that really impressed me. And I'm belaboring this point, and I hope you get that because it's really important. Years ago, I was involved in a karate class. I was studying Shaolin karate and having a whole lot of fun, got a lot of good exercise. And every once in a while, our teacher would bring in guest instructors. And so I attended a workshop on the Japanese Aikido. It was very interesting. And I noticed at the class there were a lot of the students that I recognized. There was one man there who just had this sort of presence about him. And I also knew that I could see that he also knew my instructor. And he was wearing a white belt. I thought, well, that's interesting. I just noticed that. And later on, at the end of the class, I learned that this man was a 5th degree black belt in Shaolin. And I just got goosebumps because he had the humility to come into this dojo as a brand new student, because he had never, he didn't know anything about Aikido. He knew as much as I did, probably. Maybe that's, never mind. He knew nothing about Aikido, so he had the humbleness to come in with a white belt. And I was really impressed by that. He was willing to put aside everything else that he had learned in order to give his full, open-minded attention to what is the spirit of Aikido. And I'm sure that as he becomes proficient in Aikido, if he's walking down the street, wrong place, wrong time, and he needs to use his martial arts, he might combine some Aikido with whatever else he learned, whatever his intuition is telling him to use in order to get out of the situation safely for all concerned. So, please learn Gemstone Therapy in its pure form. You'll then be able to appreciate the effects of the gems in their pure form, just as they are presented. If from the very beginning you start combining gemstones with aromatherapy or anything else, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, then you can be confused as to, well, gee, we got some really good effects from this treatment. Was it the gems or was it the aromatherapy? Same thing. Your client, was that the aromatherapy or was that the gemstones? Once you learn the pure gemstone therapy, you know what the effects of the gems will be. Your field will know those effects. So if you then incorporate some shiatsu or aromatherapy or whatever, it's very clear in your mind and in your higher intelligence what is what. And because it's clear for you, it will also be clear for your client. This is what the gems did for me, this is what the shiatsu did for me, this is what the aromatherapy did for me. So, thank you for allowing me to expound on that.